FIM Supermoto World Championship has shifted from Sardinia to mainland Italy as the series returns to Busa. Busa is in the Italian northwest in the Piemonte region, which is awash with incredible historic cityscapes and stunning rural areas. The capital city, Turin, is a highlight and of course has historic ties with the motor industry, but the entire region is rich with history, architecture, art, stunning food and vibrant vineyards. Piemonte is a perfect place to unwind, but the 2024 FIM Supermoto World Championship is only intensifying as we arrive at the unique Busa facility. This place is a favourite for our riders both on track and off track. Let's get into the action. Decked out in a special red livery for this weekend, Mark Reiner Schmidt is looking to surge up the standings in his championship defence.
So we are here in Busa for the third round of the 2024 season. A lot of things change. I'm the only TM in the top three. We have also KTM like last year, not with Lucas but with Schulen. Tom is changing to Honda, so many things change. I don't lead the pack, so I don't like it. I want the red plate back here in Busa. Yeah, we struggled a lot in the beginning of the season in Albaida. I was not confident, I have not the speed to be on top, and we walked for it, and Sardinia was way better, and also here we make Italian championship and a good test in Busa, and we have very good pace now, and I'm here to win the 3 races and make the Super Pole for me, so yeah, will be not easy with all the guys around me, but I try to push to the end, and for sure some tracks like St. Wendel or Metet for me is coming. I'm super happy to work with the team, with Ivan, with Luca, with Ale, my new mechanic. So we are great in teamwork, and yeah, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. So I'm ready for a good and long season. I'm 14 points behind Tom now, but it can change so fast. And yeah, I will put the hammer down here this weekend. And yeah, hope to see me on top of the box. And it will be a long and tough season, but I'm ready to battle.
The Busa circuit then, famed for its incredible banking and high-speed tarmac jumps, very few facilities can claim to feature the same challenges as this 1.6-kilometre layout. What to do in the calm before a storm? Well, why not chat to ex-World Superbike racer Giovanni Busa.
Benvenuti a Busa.
Welcome to Busa for the third round of the Supermoto World Championship. I'll take you along the track to see its secrets. This is the first corner, and you arrive after one of the straights of the track. At the finish line, there is a small bump, and here puddles are created, which is not easy. Now, we move towards the sky section. Here we are at the entrance to the sky section. We have a very difficult S-curve because it leads onto the first jump. You have to try to stay as tight as possible and let the bike slide. A relatively simple jump, which then leads onto the first bob, on which you have to try to be smooth on entry so as not to stop in the centre. In the second case, however, the important thing is the exit. The exit is the one that allows you to have the gas in your hand and face the waves with the highest speed. Here you enter the parabolica curve, which is certainly unique in its kind. So fast, very beautiful, very technical. It takes you into the straight that leads into the last part of the track. Let's get a look then at a lap with Giovanni. Over the start line he goes, into the first left-hander. Got to carry speed, make sure you don't overshoot turn 2 though, slightly slower corner. And you've got this square entry onto the sky section. It's that jump that he referred to, fairly simple, but you do have to line yourself upright for the berm. Over the waves and back onto the quote-unquote regular circuit. Great opportunity to open up the taps through this sector. Approach this hairpin at speed. Good overtaking opportunity here. We've seen a lot of muscular moves here over the years in the FIM Supermoto World Championship. Down the back straight into a 90-degree right. Another good overtaking opportunity there. And then take a breath and go for it through the parabolica, picking up so much speed. Such an awesome section of circuit. Another good overtaking opportunity here, and then it's this technical final section. Left into right, into left. Long left-hander here. Potentially, if you nail this left apex, there's a chance to make a last-minute lunge on the final lap if that's the way your race is going. It's a great lap here at Busa. The riders love this place. Race 1 of the weekend, and Marc Reinschmidt is on pole. Sammartin and Charrer with him. Bonnell, Avia Cortez and Tim Zalai on row 2. Then it's Milan Sitnianski, Giovanni Basai and Roman Kaivers, Ullman, Stucci and Pernat rounding out the first 4 rows. We're ready to go racing then in Busa, off the line. Who's going to have the lead into the first corner? It's a good start from the 32. Elias Sammartin is your early race leader then. You saw that wet race board. It's looking relatively dry out there on the circuit, but perhaps a little bit damp earlier on in the day. Everyone over the jumps for the first time. Marc Reinschmidt following Elias Sammartin. Then it's Charrer in 3rd position. The Honda Red Moto Gaza Racing machine is being overtaken already. Not by Honda, despite the red. That's the TM of Marc Reinschmidt getting through into the lead. Not going for the banking in these conditions. It is starting to fall, isn't it, the rain? Yes, it is. Okay, so there isn't much rain on the circuit now. There isn't much precipitation there for the moment, but give it a couple of laps. Charrer all over the back of Elias Sammartin for 2nd place. Of course, both of them on Hondas, albeit for opposing outfits. Over the bumps they go. And Sammartin very deep into that hairpin. That's going to open up the door for Thomas Charrer. He's up into 2nd place and can now go hunting for his title rival Marc Reinschmidt, but you can see that it's getting wetter. Sammartin drifted wide because of that lack of grip, and everybody's having to be so careful. This is going to be a hugely tricky race if it goes uninterrupted. Sammartin continues to follow Charrer, and you can see just the caution being taken at those apexes. None of the wild sliding or gun-ho body language that you often see out of these riders. Steve Bonnell getting sideways there ahead of Tim Zalai in the battle for 4th position. Oh, Bonnell looking very, very sideways. Heart in mouth stuff in these conditions. Zalai and Kaivers fighting it out as well. The Team Undici machine of Zalai gets overtaken there by Kaivers, his teammate, of course. Schmidt and Charrer have closed in on each other. Thomas looks like he's got the confidence right now. He lunges to the inside of Marc Reinschmidt. Brave racing over the last couple of laps from Charrer to find those incremental gains over Schmidt. He saw the door open and he's gone for it, and Elias Sammartin is coming to play as well. The Hondas enveloping the uniquely red for this weekend TM. Of course, they're not using the banking because in wet conditions that would be very risky indeed. Elia Sammartin keeping a watching brief on this battle for the lead. Elia, of course, on a Gaza Racing Honda, and there goes Schmidt. He goes to the inside of Shire. Once again, the tables turn in this battle for the lead. It looked like Shire was the man with the confidence in the wet conditions a couple of laps ago, but now Schmidt is surging forward. I do think it might have stopped raining, not seeing any visible raindrops on the cameras now, so maybe that's part of why the momentum has shifted back to Schmidt. Bonnell and Avia Cortez. Good to see Yulin up there in the top 5. He's going for 4th place there. Don't know if he made it, but he was certainly challenging. Meanwhile, on the final lap of the race, Mark Reiner Schmidt has done enough. Shire got by, but he retaliated in kind. A good win for the German.
Yeah, so race 1 here in Busa is on me. The start was okay, I lose 1 position to Elia, but I could pass him. Then I had a good battle with Tom. Start the rain again, we all were on slick, so it was very tricky. But yeah, in the end I was in front with around 1 second. I feel super well on the bike, big thanks to Ivan Lazzarini and his crew. So I can't wait for the races tomorrow, and let's have a look on the red plate tomorrow evening.
There you go, Mark Reiner Schmidt stating his intentions for all to hear. He tops the standings of the Grand Prix after the first race. Avia Cortez did get through into 4th position behind Elia Sammartin. Steve Bonnell rounding out the top 5. Sunday morning here in Busa, then better weather thankfully than we had in the first race of the weekend. Riders busying themselves signing autographs. Also, thanks to our partners at Vibram Shoes, you see there some custom shoemaking going on in the paddock. The Meister of Superpole was Mark Reiner Schmidt. Into the fast race we go then. Lights off, lights on. We're ready to go racing. And it's a good start from Schmidt, but it's a better start from Thomas Shire. Shire leads it, but Schmidt immediately fires back. Just 12 laps of racing here. As you can see, the conditions are better than they were during the race on Saturday. Everyone folding through onto the Sky section. One of the riders not able to find a way to turn in. Track space at a premium with 24 entered for this weekend. Tim Zalai gets overtaken by Avia Cortez. You see there the knee down, confident style. Oh, goodness me, it's even twitching a little bit there through the banking. The MTR KTM of Avia Cortez. Julian, the Spanish racer, has been turning heads this year, and you can see he's got quite a unique style. Knee down a lot more than some of the others out there. Always interesting to see the various different approaches. Sometimes the difference in approach maybe gives you a hint about how they came into Supermoto. Those with a more conventional tarmac style have maybe done a bit more racing on a conventional superbike or something like that. You heard yelling from Elia Sammartin a few moments ago. He's trying to find a way past Thomas Shire. No way by his fellow Honda just yet. Shire is definitely the cork in the bottle at the moment, though, isn't he? Sammartin, Avia Cortez, and I believe that's Steve Bonnell, all in the queue together. Sammartin hasn't got that long, of course. If he wants to go chasing Mark Reiner Schmidt, he's going to need to find a way past Thomas Shire. Sammartin is on form here at Busa. He loves this place. It's Tim Zalai in 5th position rather than Steve Bonnell. So Zalai having another good run here, the Frenchman. Mark Reiner Schmidt building a gap. He's going to like this. If he deigns to look over his shoulder, he will see that he's got, what, 3 seconds perhaps over the chasing pack, and that is a rare luxury. on lap 3 of the fast race. Having the pace to be on the rear wheel of somebody and actually finding a way past them, two very different tasks, and that's the frustration that Elias Sammartin on the Gaza Racing Honda is going through right now. Both on Hondas, of course. Again, you hear there Sammartin vocalizing. But Chaillet racing for an opposing team, racing for SGR Grau Racing. And of course, racing for championship points. Very unlikely that he's going to give way. Sammartin under a bit less pressure from behind now. Avia Cortez maybe a couple of bike lengths back by the looks of it. Well, never mind. Avia Cortez has closed in there. Of course, that MTR KTM we previously would have seen with Lucas Hurlbacher. Hurlbacher expected back before too long. We look forward to seeing his return. Elias Sammartin to the inside, and this time he's done it. He's finally got himself past Thomas Chaillet. Chaillet saw him to his inside and let it happen. Sammartin gets it done then, but we're 7 laps into the race and Marc-Reiner Schmidt is almost out of sight. It's going to be a hard effort for Elias Sammartin from here. Avia Cortez, meanwhile, wants to try and get himself onto the podium. Pursuing Chaillet through the technical final section. Of course, come the super final later on today, there'll also be the Joker lane to consider, which might help the riders in the situation where they're stuck behind somebody else. The Joker lane, a longer route that they have to take once during that super final. Sammartin running second. He's keeping pace with Schmidt, but he's just too far back to challenge. Avia Cortez has gotten through. Chaillet down to 4th. That is hugely disappointing, I'm sure, for the French rider who's got that red plate. Has been really, really good this year. Swept the opening weekend in Spain, but right now, Marc-Reiner Schmidt on for a second win of the weekend. The title would shift in his favour if he were to sweep this weekend. Chaillet doesn't seem to quite have the same bike underneath him that he had at the season opener at Albeida. Conversely, this is the best that Schmidt has looked all year. Things have improved for the German for sure. It's 2 wins on the trot for Marc-Reiner Schmidt. There's your point standings for that race. Sammartin second, Avia Cortez third, Chaillet and Bonnell rounding out the top 5 ahead of Zalai and Kuyvers.
The race is very difficult. My pass to the race is very good. I'm good feeling with the bike. I'm very happy for my P1 in rookie and P3 for general in S1. And for the next race, push up and for San Martin.
You heard there then, Sammartin the target for Julian Avia Cortez. He could be on for a podium in the Grand Prix. Marc-Reiner Schmidt, though, with an advantage of 9 points, is going to be very difficult for Sammartin or indeed Thomas Chaillet to chase down. Super final time then. It all comes down to this. Marc-Reiner Schmidt, Elias Sammartin and Julian Avia Cortez on the first row. Chaillet, Bonnell and Zalai, and all French row number 2. Row 3, Kuyvers, Gomez and Busa. Sitniansky, Stucci and Ullman round out your first 4 rows. Here we go then, the super final in Busa. Can anyone beat the number 1 to the first corner? Yes, again, Elias Sammartin is quick out of the gate, and Sammartin leads it this time through the first few corners. Schmidt down second place, Chaillet in third. Everybody again just trying to find that space on the opening lap. So difficult to get right. But it's Sammartin on home turf who leads. Marc Reiner Schmidt just behind him. He wouldn't do enough to win the Grand Prix if things were to finish in this exact order. Here comes Schmidt, though. Never mind that exact order. It's already changed before the end of the first lap. Marc Reiner Schmidt retakes the lead. He is looking to be on form. You heard him say he's done some testing. He ran the Italian Championship here. Knows, likes, and has won at this circuit before, of course. '96 up ahead there, that's Roman Kivers. So impressive the speed they take through that Sky section. Never fails to drop the jaw. Jair and Avia Cortez scrapping it out for third position here, with San Martin just ahead of them. Avia Cortez goes for it up the inside at turn 1. Nice move from the MTR KTM rider. Can he get it stopped at turn 2? Yes, he can. That's always the danger with an out-braking move at the first corner. You can rather overshoot turn 2. Avia Cortez got it done. Jair, if he were to finish 4th in this race, I think that would be the end of his run with the red plate for now. And it would finally go back to this man who's been wearing the black plate all year. Is yet to have the championship lead at any juncture, Marc Reiner Schmidt, and how he would love to change the course of that statistic. Coming out of Busa. Avia Cortez put his cards on the table earlier on, didn't he? He said, I'm going after San Martin, and that's exactly what he's doing. Tim Zalai down in 7th position. I believe that's Milan Sitnianski up ahead. Yes, it is, the 1-2-1. Great to see the Czech rider for TMS Tuning Motorsport up ahead. Running in the top half dozen, of course. He's been a force to be reckoned with in previous years. Oh, that was a big, big drop, though, for Milan Sitnianski. Thankfully, ended up over the berm rather than on it. He'll be able to get himself back up. That will have been a hard hit for Sitnianski. Marc Reiner Schmidt, just a few laps from home here. He's got a decent advantage over everybody else. He can just focus on some tidy laps. Get it to the flag. You heard him say earlier on, he's looking forward to the street tracks. He's looking forward to Matei. He's looking forward to his home round in St. Wendel. But here at Busa, he has been leading the way, showing everybody else a clean pair of heels. He hasn't led every lap. Sometimes people have got past him, but equally quickly, he's found his way right back through. Avia Cortez isn't quite going to get to San Martin by the looks of it. Marc Reiner Schmidt, though, is your winner. He's taken a clean sweep of the Grand Prix here in Busa. The Grand Prix of Piemonte will go to Marc Reiner Schmidt. The Superfinal goes to Schmidt. A super pole point as well. He has really swept this weekend. What an effort. Here are the standings then. Look at that huge margin. Marc Reiner Schmidt wins it from San Martin, Cortez, Jair only 4th. Bonnell, Zalai, Kivers, Gomez, Sitnianski and Kresnicki round out the top 10. Julien Avia Cortez takes the 3rd step at the podium then. Another strong effort for MTR KTM's young step. Elia San Martin to the 2nd step on his home turf. He'll be fairly impressed, I think, with his weekend, all considered. Certainly Gaza Racing will be happy as well. But in the special racing red in Italy, the TM with the German Marc Reiner Schmidt are on the top step of the podium. Paolo Bongiovanni presents the trophies. And Herman Jakulic has a red plate. And it's going to the hands of Marc Reiner Schmidt. Mission accomplished for the German.
applauso al prossimo round di Germania. Congediamo l'autorità, il dottor Marco Gallo, il signor Paolo Bongiovanni.
Yeah, finally I had a perfect weekend here in the third round of S1GP in Busa. Big thanks to my team. We did an amazing job after Italian Championship. We walked out and figured out where we struggled, so we made another test here in Busa. Walked out perfectly and the hard work pays off, so now I'm leading the pack with the red plate. I can't be happier after this weekend. We keep pushing for the rest of the season. Thanks to all my sponsors, to my team, my mechanics, my family, and yeah, can't wait for the next round. I'm more than happy for today, so see you guys soon in red.
See you soon in red, he says. Look at that. He's got a 9-point advantage now over Shayer, Sammartin, Cortez, and Bonnell. Your championship top 5 going into July. And it's not going to be a long wait before we go racing again, because the Grand Prix of Poland awaits on the 20th and 21st of July.